Almighty Lord of hosts, preserver of holy Russia, 300 years this day have the Romanovs reigned over us. Grant unto them, thy servants, a peaceful life, length of days.
Let us pray for our all highest Emperor Nikolai Alexandrovich. Bless all highest Empress Alexandra Feodorovna, protect with thy mercy Alexis Nikolaevich, anointed by God to protect the throne.
Almighty Lord of hosts, King of kings, bless all of these ripe. Fill thou their lamps with oil, and give them from on high the dew of heaven, and of the fatness of the earth below. Grant them mutual love in the bond of peace, and may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with us ever. Amen.
Your Highness, I regret to inform you your brother will not be present.
Why not?
There's been an accident.
He is dead?
Yes, Your Highness.
Assassinated?
Yes, Your Highness. God rest his soul.
What has been done?
A number of suspects have been arrested.
Shoot them, all of them.
Without trial?
They did not give my brother a trial. We'll show them what a real killing can be like.
Your Highness, another wholesale execution.
You've had your orders?
But, sir, I can't obey such orders.
Natasha.
Uncle Igor. Paul, is it true about my father?
Natasha.
Yes. Your fiancé seems to sympathize with the assassins.
No, because they murder. We can't murder back. It's the first thing your father would have said.
Take me to him.
Natasha, your place is here. The Empress's lady-in-waiting does not leave for any reason, Prince Chegarai.
But, Your Highness...
Paul.
the Archduke Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary.
Angel you are, have come so far.
I wouldn't have missed it for anything. Your Majesty.
Ferdinand.
And Alex. Your Imperial Highnesses. If the Emperor had been well, he would have been here himself.
Oh, he would not bother about us parvenus. What is 300 years to a Habsburg?
We are feeling our years, though. In celebration of your anniversary, the Emperor has asked me to confer the order of the Iron Crown on his little hind.
Oh, beautiful.
No, go at the top.
What are you saying?
Will your Highness honor me by expressing to His Imperial Majesty our sincere gratitude for this great honor?
That's a beautiful speech.
What a soldier.
If we ever have a war, will you promise me to fight for Austria?
Yes, Your Highness.
Good.
You will stay home.
Oh, well. Your Imperial Majesties, I wish to extend the sympathy of France in your terrible loss. The Grand Duke Sergei was friend of my country. His assassination will be deeply deplored.
Assassination?
When? Today? Haven't Your Majesties heard?
Your Majesty.
Sergei.
Yes, Your Majesty.
I was laughing and talking with him only this morning.
Your Majesties, I'm so sorry I brought the news.
Your Excellency, we should have heard soon.
Cancel the audience. Aloysia, go with your sisters.
Oh, take this away. My head aches.
Yes, Majesty.
Do you want the doctor, my dear?
Oh, no, Nicky, it's nothing. I'm all right. I can't help thinking of Sergei. He was so full of life, so strong. You remember that rose garden at Darmstadt? And the marble stairs he never let me climb. Once he tried to carry us both. Why didn't we stay there, Nicky? We're happy, human beings. Nobody wanted to kill us there. There were no soldiers then.
This is our destiny, my dear.
I know. What have we done to these people of yours, Nicky, that should hate us so?
Nothing, Alex. Everybody loves you. You know that.
No. But you love me, Nicky. That's enough for any empress.
Detailed the Chevalier Guards of the firing squad. His Imperial Highness, the Grand Duke Igor, Prince. Oh, he did.
What do you mean by interfering with my orders?
Your Highness, this is not your regiment.
I will take all responsibility.
Fortunately, I've already done so. We Chevalier Guards have on our helmets for faith and courage, not murder.
I commanded this court-martial.
Nobody commands my regiment but the Empress herself.
You want to shoot us yourself, you Judas!
And I know their majesties would wish these people to have a fair trial.
You are under arrest.
Any such order, Your Highness, must come directly from their majesties. Next place, forward! Forward!
Left pay. Forward. Time. Follow me to the Emperor at once.
Gladly, Your Highness. Will you use my car?
Go on, finish your dirty work. Shoot us all. Get it over.
Oh, be quiet. No one's going to hurt you.
Wait! That's your thanks, Chegodaya.
Well, It isn't blood. Take her away. Are you ready, Your Highness?
Yes?
Igor, we're so sorry. You got our message?
Thank you.
Uncle Igor, tomorrow we'll meet with the Minister of Justice and decide what's to be done.
No, tomorrow.
Nicky, how long do I have to stand insolence and insubordination from your court favorites?
Well, who is it this time?
Prince Tigaraev.
Shall I leave, Nicky?
No, my dear. And what's he done?
He has been insolent, disobeyed orders, and grossly insubordinate in the presence of others.
All right. I'll punish him.
That's what you said last time. I know he's your little pet. But if I'm to remain Governor General of Moscow, I'll not be made a fool of by a colonel in Her Majesty's Guards.
And where is he now?
He's here.
Call him in.
Colonel Zechariah. Yes, Your Majesty.
If I hear one more criticism of your behavior, I'm going to relieve you of your command. You must realize you're a soldier, subject to your superiors.
May I explain, Your Majesty?
No, you can apologize.
As Colonel of Her Majesty's Chevalier Guards, I offer my apologies for insubordination while Your Imperial Highness assumed the duties of public executioner.
I demand his arrest.
Wait a minute. What's this about executions?
For the assassination of my brother, your uncle.
It's for me to decide what action should be taken.
This calls for immediate action. Under martial law, I acted within my rights.
How many are dead?
I don't know.
12, 15, Your Majesty. 4 of them women.
After all our promises of reform...
Nicky, they started the killing. Oh, let me alone. Your grandfather did not hesitate. There were no assassinations during his reign.
This is another century, Igor. What you have done has put us back 20 years in the eyes of Europe.
My dear Empress, or would you rather be called Kaiserin?
Igor!
The last Empress Germany gave us, Catherine, was usually called the Great.
I meant no disrespect, Majesty.
But you have never understood the Russian temperament. Moderation might be all right in Germany, but here it would be fatal.
It has never been tried here.
What if instead of my brother, it had been your son?
You really are a very cruel man, Igor.
Igor, please. We must do something at once. Something that will reach the people before the news of these executions.
Yes?
Your Majesty, I'm glad I found you, Igor. Do you realize what's going on out there?
You mean the crowd?
They're merely celebrating, Your Highness.
Weren't they told the ceremonies are over?
They're demanding the Tsarevich. It seems they were told he'd appear.
He will not appear.
But they're getting ugly. It's the only way we'll be able to get rid of them.
Do you think I will wave my son in front of that mob after what happened to Sergei?
Alex,
Nicky, dear, we're always holding him between us and the crowd. Why can't you find someone bigger to hide behind? He's not a sacred image. He's my son, the heir of the throne.
Dearest Alex, we're not sending him out.
Of course not.
May I ask your permission to disperse them as I see fit? They're getting ugly.
I'll disperse them if Your Majesty orders. It's perfectly simple for a few thousand soldiers to ride down a mob. But how long can you go on, sir? You can't shoot 160 million people, and God help the dynasty if they ever learn to hate you, Your Majesty. You haven't enough soldiers or enough walls to keep them back.
Oh.
Your Majesty, punish my impertinence with death if you will. But you're on a volcano day and night. Your only bulwark, your only security is the love your people have for you and Aloysia. But that love can be killed by violence. And anyone who proposes it now, anyone, is a traitor to you and Russia and the Russian people.
Nicky, why do you tolerate such impudence?
There are women and children out there, Your Majesty.
Women and children have no business in a mob.
Igor, wait. Wait. Igor, I am a woman. I have a child.
Alex.
Nicky, I can't bear to think that someone will tell Alosha when he has grown up that his safety was ever held above the lives of his people.
Tell the Tsarevich they're waiting.
No. I'll go.
Let me win a croquet game. Thank you, darling.
Mamishka, look, it's Maria. Oh, make it I think it's charming.
Mamishka.
Oh, where are you?
Your Majesties.
Paul, how long you been?
You look lovely
That's your
enough.
father. I'm here at his command. I received your summons, sir.
Yes, Paul. I'm weary. The task of governing millions of people is getting beyond my strength. I want to share the burden of government with my people. I want to form a Duma, Paul, along the lines of the British Parliament or the German Reichstag. I want men elected to that Duma by popular vote. Leaders who will help me, who represent my people.
Such a Duma, sir, would put us on an equal footing with any nation in the world.
I want you to help me form it.
For your Majesty.
These reforms take years to accomplish the good that's intended. Let's hope we live to see it.
Alosha will, at any rate, Your Majesty.
Well, we can go over the groundwork in my study.
Oh, Nicky, the Duma can wait one other day. You promised me this afternoon. Is the photographer here?
Yes, Your Majesty?
Oh, Alex.
Nicky, if I let you off again, a whole year will slip by. Show him in.
Oh, Alex. I'd rather play bridge with Cousin Wilhelm.
Remember, we are his first royal clients.
Paul, do me a favor. Don't watch this.
Natasha, let's go and discuss my vices.
I have to look after the Empress's letters.
Your Majesty, may I help her?
I think you'll be a tremendous help, Paul.
I'll do my best.
Come along, my brood.
Come here, Natasha.
I have to see about those letters.
My dear child, you know, this letter writing's a menace. I mean, you write them. Some poor wretch has to read them. You write you back again. You have to answer it. I mean, where are you? I mean, the whole thing's interminable. It doesn't mean anything. Natasha, will you marry me?
I'm going to.
I mean now.
Paul.
Listen, darling. It doesn't help the dead any to stop living just because they're gone.
You don't know how I feel about these things.
I know, sweetheart. I suppose religion's a wonderful thing, as I presume it is, but, I mean, it can be overdone. It's helped you through a terrible time, I know, but it's changed you, too.
I can't explain, Paul. It's peace, happiness. If you could talk to him, you'd understand.
Talk to him?
Father Rasputin.
Oh, is he a priest?
You don't have to be a priest to have the power of God.
Oh, really?
If you talked to him, you couldn't help feeling the greatness of his soul. I think the saints must have been like him.
Well, if he's helped you, I'm very grateful to him, darling, but it seems I've lost you. There's something I can't see. Something I can't fight.
Paul, you'll never lose me. If that's what you still want.
Oh, darling, of course it is. Only let the halo slip a little, like it used to be, over one eye.
I will be a good wife, Paul.
I don't want a good wife. Until I'm so old, I have to be good myself.
Oh, look at Paul and Natasha.
certain conditions, one officer never sees another. Pull his hair, Maria.
Alusha, come on. Alusha. Mamishka, he's bleeding.
Paul, send for Remezov at once.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Alusha. Alusha.
But, Doctor, it's only a slight fall.
It's more serious than that. Hello, operator. I want to talk to Dr. Franz Wolf in Vienna. Yes, please. Did you ever hear of hemophilia?
Yes, the Empress's uncle died of it.
And her grandfather. It's the heritage of a house.
It's impossible. Well, they're all so healthy.
The girls, yes. It can only be transmitted from mother to son. There's an element lacking in the blood. It doesn't coagulate. The slightest injury may cause him to bleed to death.
Herr Doktor. Herr Dr. Wolf? Ja, hier spricht Dr. Ramesov von Moskau.
Thank God, Paul has found Dr. Wolf.
Where are they?
At the frontier. They'll be here in the morning. I must tell Nicholas. Nicky, dear. He's the greatest physician in Europe.
He's still bleeding.
Hush. I know. Hush. Nicky, you must have the track clear to that train.
Of course.
Mamishka, will you say my prayers? I can't remember them.
Gentle Jesus, meek and mild, look upon the little child. Is that the one?
Yes.
Pity my simplicity.
There's some more.
Suffer me to come to thee.
And ask him not to make it hurt anymore. Don't, Mamishka, don't.
No, Mamishka. He's only laughing. Only laughing.
That's right, Your Imperial Highness. Your mother is happy because you're doing so well.
Your Majesty, for your own sake, for your boy's sake.
I know. I'm sorry.
She must have some sleep.
Hello,
Yes, Your Majesty.
the doctor from Vienna over here in the morning.
Splendid, Your Majesty.
Do you think this man can cure my son?
If anyone can, he can.
If that's all they ever say.
Your Majesty, God won't let him die. Majesty.
Where is the boy?
Who is this man?
Rasputin.
Who?
Grigory Rasputin. He is a man of God. He can cure him. He has cured many. There was a woman called Narushkin. She was dying, wasn't she, Father? And the child run down by horses. He has healed them. He can heal Alusha. The doctors have admitted they're helpless. He has the power of God.
Let me pray with your son.
All the priests in Russia are praying, Father.
I am no priest. I'm a simple man who believes God answers prayer.
We're grateful for everyone's prayer. Go to the cathedral. They're all there.
The cathedral of God is here. Why, if you could believe like a little child, you'd say to me, my son is getting well because I've asked God to make him so. And then God would know that you trusted him and raise him up. You trust doctors. Don't you believe God can do more than they can?
If only he could be spared that.
There are no ifs, my daughter. I can heal him. Won't you believe? Say after me, my son will live.
My son will live.
Rejoice, my daughter. Your son will live.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I've come to take care of the boy.
Who let you in here?
The Tsaritsa.
Majesty, permit me to forget that you are my sovereign. You're a woman. This is your child. I am his doctor. I'm going to the Tsar and demand that you be kept away from him. This madman is the last straw.
Send him away.
You will go.
You and the other nurses report at once to your headquarters. Imperial Majesty. Your physician in ordinary begs to be relieved of his duties.
He is already relieved.
There's no use calling her. She's gone. What color are your eyes?
Where did she go?
She went to get a beautiful white elephant for you with purple eyes and a shiny golden house on his back.
I want her.
But she's gone all the way to the zoo to get it, Aloysia. That'll take a long time. Aloysia, look here. Look at my watch. Isn't that pretty? A man gave that to me once for making him well. He was a great deal sicker than you are, Aloysia. Look at it glitter. Look. See how it glitters? Look at it turn. We're going to ride in that golden house, Aloysia, on your elephant, through the black, dark forest, and yellow tigers are going to be hiding in the trees, and we're going over beautiful blue rivers in the snow, filled with silver fish. We'll ride on that elephant of yours, Aloysia, all the way to the moon, Aloysia, all the way to the moon. Look at me, Aloysia. Look in my eyes. That's a good boy. Hear the bell? Isn't that pretty? Keep looking in my eyes now. Keep looking in my eyes. That's the boy. Keep looking in my eyes, Aloysia. That's a good boy. You don't feel badly now, do you? You have no pain. It's gone out of your body. Down your arms, through your hands, and out of your fingers. Now Now it's going out of the window, way up into the sky. And you are going to sleep.
No.
Yes, you are. You're going to sleep. Your eyes are getting heavy.
No.
Yes, they are. Good night, Aloysia. You're going to sleep. Lift up your hand. Drop it. That's a good little boy. Who was it you were asking for a minute ago? Who was it you wanted to speak to?
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, isn't that too bad? He doesn't know. Well, we don't care, because he's going to sleep. Dear little boy is going to sleep.
It's been a miracle, Doctor, a great miracle.
It's amazing.
I should be the first to admit it, after I made a slight examination.
What do you want?
Oh, several things. Have you any pain, Your Highness?
Have you any pain, Aloysia?
No.
Anything more?
Yes. I'm not going to hurt you.
Doctor, I'm an old friend of his. Possibly I can... Well, Lieutenant? I'm sorry, old man.
He's not quite himself yet, Paul.
Could you sit up, Your Highness? Just a little bit?
He'll stand up. He'll run around the room. Come, Aloysia. Show them what you can do.
Don't, Your Highness. No exertion, please. Your Majesty.
Don't you believe he's cured? Let go.
Please, let go.
Come, Aloysia. Come to me. Come to me, Aloysia. Show them what 2 days has done. Come on. Come to me. Come. Stop! Don't touch it! Hey, lady. Now laugh at the doctor. Laugh at him. Laugh. Laugh at the doctor. Laugh at him.
Are you sure the diagnosis was correct?
You saw the result of the blood tests?
I should like to take another. Your Majesty, may I be alone with the patient?
No! The way to lose God's power is to doubt his power. Do you want the boy to die?
Even you should know better than talk like that.
Get out! You doctors have had your chance with the boy. You know what you did, and you've seen what God has done. Now, which will you choose?
No, it isn't that, Father.
Which will you choose?
We've already chosen, Father. You've raised our son when none of you doctors have given us any hope. He's alive. I hold him in my arms. Who do you suppose I would believe in? Who do you suppose I would have faith in?
My daughter, your faith has made him whole.
Grisha, show them. Here's the hand that shook the Tsar. The Tsar shook hands with him. Did he really do that, Grisha? What did he call you, Grisha? Tell them. His friend.
You mean he talked to you? Well, what's so marvelous about that? He's just an ordinary human being.
Does he really smoke cigarettes?
Yeah. I got one for you.
Oh, that's wonderful.
One of the Tsar's own cigarettes.
Look what else he brought.
Oh, don't be showing those
Oh,
things.
they won't tell. Oh, look at the eagles. Solid gold.
I'll bring you something better tomorrow.
Oh, are you going back?
I've got to go to the palace every day.
This will make your fortune, Grisha.
How much did he give you?
He didn't give him anything. He didn't give him a thing.
What difference does that make, you old sheep's head? These aristocrats don't think anything about money. But it wouldn't surprise me if I got 200 rupees.
Oh, 200.
200 rupees. I might get 500 rupees. I saved his son's life, didn't I? Good.
Oh, Grisha, you're such a sweet little thing you are.
Now, you're just making up to me because I'm an important man now.
Oh, no, I love you. I've always loved you, Grisha. You know that. Give me one.
Now, go on now. No.
Grisha, it's the chief of the secret police.
Here, put those things away, will you? Don't worry, my friends. Go on and eat. Go on, be happy.
Grisha, I'm afraid.
Afraid of what?
Are you sure you didn't go too far with that boy? Are you sure you didn't make him crazy like the boy in Kazan?
Quiet.
If he's gone mad too, they'll kill you. Look, you can go out that door.
I haven't anything to be afraid of. I've done nothing. The boy's all right. Get out. Go on over there.
Father Rasputin.
Your Excellency.
I have just come from the palace. Congratulations.
Thank you.
May I,
You were asking my permission?
Your modesty is almost convincing. You know, Father, it has just occurred to me that we might be able to help each other.
Really?
You and I.
How can I help you?
Well, my department has been subject to a little criticism since the death of the Grand Duke Sergei.
Oh, I see. Your post's in danger.
We all have enemies.
Of course.
And the Tsar being grateful to you at the moment, I thought you might drop a word.
Well, what makes you think that I can influence the Tsar?
Oh, come, Father. You know you're the most important man in Russia at the moment.
I begin to understand. What is there in it for me?
Your record, Father. As far back as Tobolsk. There are one or two little items there that I'm sure you wouldn't like to have known now that you're where you are.
My record, huh? It's not enough. You just said I was the most important man in Russia. You don't go to an important man and ask him to save your post for a ruble.
What do you want?
Let me think. Do you keep your hat on in your own house?
I beg your pardon, Father.
I'd almost forgotten about it. Have you got these things about everybody?
Everybody of consequence.
Information of this kind would be very valuable to an intelligent man. As someone once said, knowledge is power. I'll save your post for you.
Thank you, Father.
Yes. But I must look through some of your files. Yes. I'm going to be more important than even you think.
I won't tolerate this meddling in my department. I'm going to tell the Tsar.
Tell him of the 2 million kronen you received from Austria and what it was for. Tell him who planned General Sablin's murder and why you're going to meet the Minister of the Interior tonight at General Gadya's house. I think you can afford to take orders from me, Your Excellency. You want your husband promoted, don't you? Yeah.
Have you done anything about General Karloff?
There's nothing to be done.
Have you offered him money?
He can't be bought.
You know, God has given me a power to read the hearts of men. It wouldn't surprise me if this fella had been selling plans of our fortifications to, well, let's say Turkey. The Tsar would be horrified to find anything like that out. Now, you take some of our most important plans and put them in his portfolio. And then I'll tell the Tsar of my premonition.
How did you know, Father?
Of myself, I know nothing. A power has been given me to read the hearts of men. If it has helped Russia, I thank God.
I hope you're not angry with Father Rasputin for not coming.
Of course not, darling. As a matter of fact, I very seldom attend dinners given to me. But I usually notify my host.
Oh, he didn't mean to be rude. But he lives in such a world of his own that people and time and dinners don't mean anything to him.
I see. Well, always remember I asked him. At least that's over.
Was it such an ordeal after all he's done for Alosha?
Oh, darling, if a witch doctor had healed Alosha, he could have everything I've got in the world. But I don't like him, and I never shall.
You never tried to.
Oh, it isn't that. There's something clammy about him. I can't explain it. I've had the same feeling, brushing against something on a dark night. I don't know what he's after, but I get a sort of feeling of a man waiting his chance.
Paul.
You dragged it out of me, darling. Have you ever watched him with people? He goes as far as he dares, even with the empress.
You don't like him because he's so outspoken. You don't like his manners. Isn't that it?
No, that's not it. It's his smile. It's like a man-eating shark with a Bible under his fin.
Paul, I've never seen you like this before.
Darling, I can't help it.
Paul, I believe in him. In his sincerity, his divine power. No one can shake my faith in him. Not even you.
I know it. And I hate your belief in it. I hate it. Everything that's come between us, I blame on him. Oh, well, darling. Let's have some more champagne.
Grigory Yefimovich Rasputin.
There he is.
Paul, nothing has come between us. Please be nice to him.
Of course, darling. I'll be a pearl among hosts. Excuse me. Pardon me, General. Well, we were worried about you.
Why?
Well, dinner was at 8. We waited until 10. Perhaps I could get you something on a tray.
No, thank you. I just had some wonderful borsch. A little friend of mine makes it.
Who are all these people?
I'm about to present you.
I'll tell you who I want to know.
Oh, very well.
Well, my dear child, you look very beautiful.
Is this the famous Father Rasputin?
Am I?
You're all anyone talks about. All of us came here just to see you. I gave up a trip to London. You see, I've been an invalid for nearly 12 years.
Oh? What's the matter with you?
None of the doctors seem to know. I've had them all.
Well, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You're a lazy, spoiled woman. If you were to scrape some of that rouge off your face and get behind a wash tub, you'd be all right in a week.
Sir?
It's wonderful. A wash tub. How divine.
I warned you.
Who's that man? I like his face.
That's Kropotkin. He's a brilliant creature. He's helping me restore the Duma. Come and meet him. Professor Kropotkin, University of St. Petersburg. General Linov, our Minister of War. And His Excellency, the German Ambassador, Count Cortales. Father Rasputin.
Oh, I am delighted to see you, indeed.
Thank you.
So you're Kropotkin, huh?
I'm afraid so.
Ho-ho! Tobolsk cakes. Where did they come from?
Natasha said you liked them, sir.
No. Did you remember that? Well, that's very sweet, my daughter.
Natasha. General Linoff's awfully bored. Go and flatter him a little.
But, Paul,
Please.
Oh, don't take her away.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
Ah, Kropotkin. I was talking to the Tsar about you this morning.
Oh, you were?
Look here. Why do you want to hand out rights to a lot of slobbering peasants? Have you forgotten the French Revolution?
Don't you think the peasant has any rights?
No. It's one of the luxuries of the rich to feel sorry for the common herd. But I know them. They're born to the lash. Let them have it. This is the will of God.
Will you pardon us a moment, sir? Father Rasputin and I have something to discuss alone.
I don't go behind closed doors.
But I want to ask your advice about the situation in the Baltic.
You can ask my advice about anything right here.
Perhaps we're disturbing the ladies.
Oh, excuse my peasant manners.
This way, Father. Please.
What's this cock and bull story about the Baltic?
Sit down. Have a cigar. I trust you didn't think it was rude of me to take you away from those delightful people.
Delightful people.
You see, Father, you're by way of being a stranger at court, aren't you? And although you've made a very great success with the royal family, you might want a little advice.
Advice about what?
Well, a man in your position. Yesterday, nobody. Today, a hero. Trusted by Her Majesty. Almost worshipped. Well, such a man might, I don't say he would, but he might, let success go to his head, mightn't he?
Come to the point. Say what you want.
Well, if you're wise, you won't meddle in matters that do not concern you.
Such as?
The Duma, my friend.
The Duma. The Duma concerns me very much. Someday I'm going to run this country. I don't want to have my toes stepped on by a lot of ignorant peasants with political ideas.
Oh, that's it, is it? The power behind the throne, eh?
Yes. You might as well know it now as any other time. Get used to it, Prince.
Just, where did you pick up these delusions of grandeur?
You think I'm dirt, don't you? Just an ignorant priest to kneel before for a miracle. Well, you never made a greater mistake. I know my destiny. I know my power. It's growing. Growing every minute. As long as the life of that boy depends on my will, it will go on growing and growing until this court of yours rots. The Russian people and their rights. Why, you pampered fool, inside of a year, in less than a year, I will be Russia. Do you hear that? I, Rasputin.
You know, people with ambitions like yours, my dear father, are sometimes rather unlucky.
Indeed.
Yes. There was a general, not long ago, who shot himself in the back. No one could understand quite how he did it.
You think I'm frightened by threats of murder?
Oh, murder. That's such an ugly word. When the rights of 160 million people are at stake, they call it progress.
Your Highness, once more, please. Nach Frankreich zogen 2 Grenadier, die waren in Russland gefangen. Und als sie kamen ins deutsche... Your Highness, please give me your attention. Now, please, repeat after me. Nach Frankreich...
Nach...
Please pay attention to me, Your
Let him
Highness.
alone.
Oh, lieber Gott. But His Highness is forgetting all his German.
Good. If God wanted him to learn German, he'd have been born in Germany.
But Her Majesty is very much concerned.
Who's in charge of the boy, you or me?
I am in charge of His Highness's German lessons.
Clear out.
And I shall report this to Her Majesty.
Get out, you krauthead. You dried-up sausage.
Your Highness.
German monkey. What can a squirt like that teach you, huh? Now, where is that thing of Remazov's that we were looking through the other day when we were watching the spider?
The microscope?
Ha-ha. Now we'll see something.
I don't want to.
Come here. Sit down. Set it up. Now, today we have something better than a spider, Lusha. A big, fat fly. Oh, no. It's an ant. Look at him try to get away, but he can't. Now, we could kill him just like that. But we won't. Give me the box. Close it up. Now, here's the fly. Nice, big, fat one. Look at him. He looks almost like a general, doesn't he, Aloysia? All noise and patent leather. All shiny and buzzing. Open it. Close it. Put it there. Now, suppose those two should start in fighting.
I don't want to watch them fight.
Yes, you do. You're going to watch and learn. Look. Who do you think will win? You'd say the fly. Big general fly. But that little ant has power, and he knows how to use it. Power is the only thing in the world. But you must know how to use it. Let me look at it. Look. Look at the big, juicy fly. The stupid aristocrat. Oh, no. But the ant has him. Look. See how he's moving up on the fly? The general's in for it now. Look. He's fighting, but it's not going to do him any good because the ant knows how to use power, and he doesn't. Poor general. First cripple, and then destroy.
I don't want to watch.
You watch and learn. Now, look, he's got his wing. He's got the aristocrat. He's got the general now. Here, let me look. He's taking him apart. He's eating him up. It's all over now. That's the kind of power we can have, you and I, if you do as I tell you. We can have Russia. You remember that?
Yes.
That's a good boy. A very good boy. We'll have Russia. You and I, Aloysia. You know, you're the fly and I'm the ant. But I'll always be your friend. Now, let's see. Where is Russia? Don't seem to be able to find it. Where is it,
This
Aloysia?
is it?
That's it. Spin it. Russia.
What do you want?
Thought I'd find out what was so amusing.
We were laughing about the Duma. What happened about it? I thought it was to be signed today.
Yeah, never mind that. This is more important. Well, Alusha? Little lieutenant? Look at me. Alusha. It's Paul. Alusha!
What damnable thing is this?
It isn't my fault that he doesn't like you.
You've done something to his mind.
Alusha. What's he done to you? Tell me. We go to your mother.
Do you think she'd believe you? You filthy swine.
Meddling in politics is one thing. But if you've tampered with this boy's soul...
Let me alone.
What have you done to him?
Paul!
Majesty. Alusha. Look at him.
What's the matter with him?
He's frightened, naturally. It's all right, my boy. Go to your mother. Don't be afraid. He won't hurt me.
Look at his eyes.
What's the matter with his eyes?
Is it because he wasn't glad to see you? What do you say to your mother, Alusha?
I love you, Mamishka.
I love you, darling.
Majesty, a moment ago he was different. Shockingly different.
Is it because he didn't want you to maul him?
He hurt me.
Alusha.
Then he said he'd kill Father Grisha.
Alusha, that isn't true.
Oh, he didn't mean it. I knew that.
Paul, you didn't say that.
Majesty, may I say one thing?
Paul. There is nothing to be said. Please, leave us.
Look, give him this. All right, here's this, Joe. Thank you.
Father Rasputin's flat. Come in, sit down. I'll get to you later.
Dunya.
I sent in word, Your Honor. He said he can't make a minister out of a miser.
Oh, don't if he will just read it.
Take your turn, Colonel.
No,
My lady would like to see Father Rasputin at once. Yes, would she? So would a lot of other pretty squaws here, then. My mistress is Natalia, lady-in-waiting to the empress.
Why didn't you tell me?
Pardon, Your Highness. Oh, there are so many of the other kind come here. I didn't know. Come inside, Your Highness, and I'll tell him. I won't be a moment.
Father was going to get my brother killed.
Oh, he'll
I
take
promise.
care of that.
I know, but I couldn't do it. I didn't fight.
Father, let me touch those holy hands.
My daughter. Daughter. This way, my daughter.
Blessed among women, this is the way of holiness.
Children happy in their faith.
Father, I must talk to you. There's something troubling me that I must know now. Why do you always bless the young and pretty ones?
If you keep this up, I'll break your thick skull. I hope you weren't upset by those simple people. You look anxious, my daughter.
Father, I'm sorry to intrude on you like this, but no, thank you. I have to warn you. Your life may be in danger.
My life? Chegadaev.
Yes, but don't tell him. It's because I love him that I came here, so that nothing will happen.
Nothing is going to happen, my daughter. Let me take your coat. You're going to get cold?
No, really.
Oh, I see. My home is too humble.
Oh, please.
That's better.
I've been so terribly worried.
Well, don't be. They've had many a go at me, these aristocrats. They can't stomach the power God has given me. I see through them and their little schemes.
But it isn't Paul's fault. They've poisoned his mind against you. He was never like this before.
Who is it?
Dunya. He'll see eventually, but be careful.
Yes, don't worry. Nobody's going to kill me. Nobody can. Excuse me. I'll see what it is she wants. What are you pounding on the door for?
Grisha, Prince Chakotay.
What about him?
He insists on seeing you. Grisha, he means trouble.
Take him up the back way to the kitchen. Hey, you there in the corner. I can see you. Can you see all right?
Yes, thank you.
It isn't much like your house, is it, Prince?
It smells a little differently.
This way, Your Excellency. This way. You know, my neck is black and blue where you choked me.
You want to shake hands? I'm willing. Sorry I haven't my gloves on.
Still, you must have some reason for honoring my humble flat. Are you looking for someone?
You. You remember I told you once something about progress. I meant it.
Fernand! Conquer!
Couldn't have missed him.
Grisha! I heard shooting! What has happened?
He tried to kill me, but there's a power watching over me stronger than any bullet.
Yeah, that power won't help you next time. I'll aim at your head. Tell your superiors they can find me at the barracks of the Chevalier Guards. Next time.
Go back, my children, go back. I want to be alone.
Go back! Go back! Go back!
Never mind him. A miracle has been performed. A miracle. Has he gone?
Yes.
A great miracle. Look here, I'll report this little affair, not you. You understand?
Yes.
Go on, get out. There he goes, Junior. That fellow Chekadaev isn't afraid of anything. I've got to get rid of him.
Are you sure you're not hurt, Grisha?
This was a good idea, though. That first bullet almost knocked the wind out of me.
Might have killed you.
It might indeed. Oh, I couldn't have died now, Junior. Just as I'm within reach of everything, there's going to be a war. Do you realize that, old cabbage face? There's going to be a war. Napoleon needed a war. Well, I've got one. I wonder if you know what a great man you're with, Junior.
Why don't you go to the Tsar right now?
Oh, one thing at a time, old cabbage face. This whole little story here will fit a much better occasion. Keep them out.
I heard a shot.
Yes, my daughter.
It was Paul.
My daughter. This concerns Aloysia. His life may depend on it. Come with me.
Continue the review until the end. General Staff will follow me.
Nicky, what is it?
Our cousin Wilhelm has ordered me to demobilize on the penalty of war.
What are you going to do?
Everything in my power to save Europe from this insanity.
God grant you wisdom.
Amen. I'll do all I can with honor. I'll meet the General Staff in my study.
I've just spoken with the ambassador. He's sure that England will be in accord, but can make no promise, of course.
Poincaré will be at sea for 2 more days. Kaiser has chosen an awkward moment for his ultimatum.
Gentlemen! Germany demands that we demobilize. Our refusal may lead to war. We have a terrible responsibility to face. I beg you not to let passion or mistaken patriotism color your judgment. The peace of Europe rests with us. I have preserved it for 30 years. We must keep it now. Your Majesty, may I suggest that the best way to preserve peace at this present moment is to show Germany that we are ready to enforce peace.
I agree with the Minister of War.
So do I.
If we demobilize, Austria will take it as a sign that we're going to stand weakly by while she crushes Serbia. Instead of preventing a war, we've caused one. On the other hand, if we demobilize, it might remove all the tension from the situation. It may move this crisis back to the Balkans, where it belongs. Serbia's case could be arbitrated. No, Your Majesty. It is quite obvious what your imperial cousin is doing. Germany is holding Austria's coat, while Serbia is destroyed.
This impudent ultimatum is a bluff to keep us from interfering with the murder of a nation.
Certainly, Your Excellency.
The Kaiser's not inclined to bluff. It'll cost us 1,000,000 men to find that out.
Now you're overrating the Germans a bit.
If I remember rightly, you at one time underrated the Japanese.
Well, Berlin is on the telephone now, awaiting our decision.
What possible choice have we?
Oh, Your Majesty, I don't see how we can turn our backs now. We are pledged to protect Serbia.
Surely, we're also pledged to protect Russia, Your Excellency. I have seen Germany's army. With all respect to your ministry, sir, we are not prepared.
You're not in the best position to know, Colonel.
Gentlemen, the consequences of whatever we may decide here are more than I can face without the help of God. I wish to be alone for a moment.
My son, I know everything that's in your heart.
It is very heavy.
Because you're not in the will of God. Why do you want to bow to the Kaiser?
Why do you say that?
Your eyes are full of it. My son, if you follow this course, it will be the end of Russia.
You know the Kaiser's ambitions in the East. This is the first step. The next, the Turks will close up the Black Sea.
Father, I need your spiritual advice more than your political opinions.
But you yourself have told me a gun is pointing toward Russia. I felt that something led me here. Besides healing Aloysia, I've been ordained to save his throne. Be firm, and it will endure forever. Tell the Kaiser that you remain the protector of the weak, that you are still the Tsar.
Forgive this interruption, Your Majesty, but circumstances justify it. Your foreign minister has just received another demand from Berlin. And you are with the man whose advice has created a situation. The man who is undermining your government.
What is the meaning of this?
Your Majesty, this man wishes Russia to go to war. This means the destruction of your country, the end of your dynasty. Or your advisors will tell you otherwise, because they no longer are your advisors. All the people devoted to you, all the people loyal to you are gone. These men are his creatures.
There are limits to my friendship, Prince.
No, my son. You must hear him out. If I am all he accuses me of being, I don't deserve your trust. Let us have the truth. I say that he is plunging us into war. But you must decide.
By what right do you burst in here with these reckless accusations?
By the same right, sir, that I went to his flat last night and tried to kill him. The right every man has to protect his country against her enemies.
You did what?
Oh, sir, I was hoping today you'd be signing my death warrant, that I'd be dead, but so would he. And the nightmare of this holy leech would be over forever.
Yes, he tried to kill me.
Why didn't you come to me?
With all your burdens. If God sent me here to save Aloysia, surely he can protect me.
You knew Aloysia's life depended on him?
Oh, even if anything happened to Aloysia, I'd be out of the way and they could play their little game undisturbed. Isn't that it?
Sir, you know I love Aloysia.
Why do you want him to die?
I don't. But I'd rather see him dead than what you've made him.
Above everything on earth, I love my son. I thought you did.
Oh, sir, in all sincerity, it was as much for Aloysia as for Russia.
I have never questioned your sincerity. I do your sanity. I have been swayed by many influences, but one influence has never swayed me. Attempts to assassinate my advisors, my family, or myself. Your resignation is accepted. Well, what are you waiting for?
God moves in a mysterious way. You wouldn't have believed me. He had to reveal himself. Now you know your enemies. Go, my son. Protect Holy Russia.
Alex, am I right in going?
Yes, my dear. Yes, but taking over the entire command, the responsibility frightens me. Others are better trained for war. I have no stomach for this sort.
But you must remember what Father Rasputin said. It is only you who can give Russia courage.
Yes.
You'll write to me when you can.
Every day.
Look out for Mechnikov. Our friend doesn't trust him.
I used to think all the men around me were loyal before he opened my eyes.
Had to be done, Nicky.
I know. Ever since, I haven't liked the taste of my heart.
Yes?
It's 9:30, Your Majesty.
I'm coming immediately. Goodbye, beloved.
Not yet, Alex.
Fight well, my emperor.
Alex, dear.
Fear God and no one else. Hurry back to me.
Tell me, Aloysia, how does your father sit in this chair? Does he put his elbows on it? Or does he sit like this?
You better not let Papa know you sat in his chair. He'd be terribly upset.
There are a lot of people in Tobolsk who'd like to see me now. I was hungry and cold there. Come here, my child. Come here. Come here. You seem afraid of me lately. Why? Aloysia, go and find your sister. Take Anastasia with you.
Oh, I want to see Olga, too.
No. There's something I have to tell you first. Well, go on.
What is it, Father?
I heard you went to the hospital the other day.
Yes, Father.
What did you see there?
Mother and I talked to a boy. The first day he was at the front, he lost both his hands.
Oh.
And he was so brave and beautiful.
Do you like beautiful boys?
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, that's all right. It's perfectly natural for a girl to think of boys. You must never be ashamed of life, my dear. Never.
I don't want to be rude, Father, but I haven't done my lessons. So, if you have anything to tell me...
I've got something for you. A little locket. A holy image to wear around your neck.
Father, I don't know if I should.
You see, you are afraid of me.
No, Father.
Yes, you are. And you mustn't be. Your mother wouldn't like that, would she?
No.
No.
Father.
No. Well, then you must be a lot nicer to me. Now, you put this around your neck. every day you wear it, you'll be blessed. Wear it next to your warm little heart. It's beating so fast. You know, it reminds me of a little bird I once held in my hand. It was so afraid I'd hurt it, but I didn't. That's all I wanted to say to you.
Thank you, Father.
Maria, it's your bedtime. Good night, Father.
Good night, Father.
Good night, my little doves.
Maria. Darling, what is it?
Oh, Natasha.
My darling, what's the matter?
I don't know. I felt as if someone touched me. What was it?
Nothing. It was just a bad dream.
You look so frightened.
No. You go to sleep again. Close your eyes. I'll be here if you want me. Good night, my men.
Good night, Tasha. I love you.
I love you.
Where are you going?
The Empress.
Open your eyes. Now, can you hear me? Can you hear me? You're so far away, Natasha. You're so far away. You're whirling up in the sky, Natasha. Up in the sky. And there's nothing to remember anymore. Nothing to remember. Look, Natasha. Look. There's only one star left in all that black sky. It's getting bigger and bigger. It's going to hit us. Now it's going away. Millions and millions of miles away. And you're floating after. Keep following it, Natasha. Keep following it, or you'll float forever in the cold. Keep looking, Natasha. I must leave you now. Keep looking, or you'll be lost forever in the dark. Keep looking at the star, Natasha. Keep looking. Keep looking.
Father, you frightened me.
I was
talking to Natasha. She fell asleep.
What is the candelabra doing on the floor?
Oh, back in Siberia, on the night of the Feast of St. John, we used to light fires in the forest and jump over them so that our praises would rise to heaven on wings of flame. I was showing Natasha.
If we could only worship as simply. Poor child. She's done 10 women's work in the hospital.
Yes, did the Tsar get off all right?
Yes, he's worried.
Ah, that's what's going to save Russia, the Tsar.
One authority, one responsibility.
And one blame, but he won't fail.
No, of course he won't. Why don't you get some sleep, my daughter? You look tired.
I am tired, Father.
Good night, my daughter. I wouldn't disturb her.
But you can't stay here.
I'll
She'll be more
watch her.
comfortable in bed.
Oh, it's dangerous to awaken anyone by candlelight.
Her eyes are open. She's rigid.
Oh, it's just a deep sleep, that's all.
Something's the matter.
No, nothing the matter, nothing the matter.
Going to the Empress.
Are you
Going
dreaming,
to the
my
Empress.
child?
Here. I'm
Did
going
you have
to the...
a good
I'm
sleep?
here. Majesty!
Natasha, my child, what's the matter?
He was going into Maria's room.
What?
I found him.
Natasha.
He went to Maria's room. I saw him.
That's a lie.
Natasha has never lied.
Majesty, on my honor.
God won't kill him, I will! Natasha.
Well,
Forgive me.
Once I saw you watching the Tsar. I should have known.
one moment. Before you call your guards, listen to me.
Stand aside.
All right, call him.
I'd like to see your face the first time one of your faithful palace guards dares to disobey you. Then you'll find out why I put Lubov in command. Why Sterner is my foreign minister. Valenko and Vasilyev and Baron Krasin and all the rest of them that got their posts through me. Send a telegram to the Tsar. He won't get it. Try to go out yourself and see what happens. I've got Russia just where I want her. Do you hear me? I am the Tsar of all the Russias.
Get out of here.
Gladly. My flat is the royal palace, and it has been for 6 months. If you want any little favors, call on me. Good night, Your Majesty. Sleep well.
Paul. We must find Paul.
Maria, look. Oh, Paul. Why, Paul. Oh, I'm glad to see you.
We all are.
Thank you, sir. Where's Natasha?
I'll get her for you.
Your Highness, we have plenty to do here.
Natasha.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've just finished. Are you all right now?
May I take her away from you a minute, old man? Oh, Natasha, there's no one else in the world here but us. When you sent for me, I felt as if a cold stone had been rolled from my heart. My brain stopped aching. I could breathe again.
I didn't send for you.
They said you wanted to see me.
It was the Empress.
Oh. Natasha, how long is this thing going on between us? This thing that's tearing our hearts apart.
Please don't, Paul.
Listen, dear, I'm going away.
Where?
You see, you do love me. Listen, darling, there are lots of other armies. I can still be fighting for Russia, and we'll be together.
No.
You did love me, Natasha. Don't you love me anymore?
I do, Paul.
Then come with me.
No.
Is it something I've done?
No. Please don't ask me anymore.
Then what is it? I have a right to know.
You told me what he was. I should have known. I thought you were persecuting a man of God. Well, I found out. Go back to the Empress now. She needs you. I must go back.
Come in. Paul! I never was so glad to see anyone.
Majesty.
Sit down. I need you.
Yes, Your Majesty?
I've injured you, but I've injured Russia more.
Your Majesty, I know how much you love Russia. Everything in your heart, everything that you've done, you thought was for Russia's good.
My heart is broken. What are we to do?
I think I know precisely what to do, Your Majesty.
Aloysia.
I can't believe that Aloysia's life is the price of Russia's freedom.
Aloysia dies. I die. But Russia must live.
God bless you for your courage.
Two. There's enough poison in one of those cakes to kill 5 men.
Oh, this is nerve-wracking. Isn't the man human?
I can't understand it.
All right, go back.
Yes, sir.
Ain't anyone thinking but me? Here, give it to him.
No, please. I'm afraid it's beyond my talent.
Beyond your talent? You want to get into my government, don't you? And you stick it a little bit of champagne. I want men around me who know how to drink. I'm going to make it a rule. Yeah. I'll show you the way we do it in Tobolsk. That's the way to swell it down. If you could do that, I'd make you Prime Minister. Yeah, try it. I'll try. I'll tell you a secret. If you want a drink, keep on eating. It'll sop it up. Come on with those Tobolsk cakes.
Here you are, sir.
Sir. Excellency, you white-bellied pig.
Yes, Your Excellency.
That's better. Could have some of them. The chocolate-coated ones are the best.
Thanks. I think I prefer one of these.
No, you think you prefer when you leave. You prefer anything to the thing I tell you to do. I've seen you before somewhere. Where have I seen you before?
I don't know, Your Excellency. I worked other places.
No. It was here. Right here in this room. Where am I?
Grisha.
Where am I?
I told you in the house of a friend of mine.
A friend? Shekadiah? God!
Grisha!
Grisha! There's a trick here! There's a trick here! That was a fine business trying to wheedle me and get into my government. Find him!
But who, Grisha?
Find Shekadiah, you blockhead! Hey! Hold him! And if anything happens, shoot them both.
Everything's all right. We've captured all the servants.
What do I care about the servants? Find Shekadiah! Shekadiah!
Don't.
Find him! Here they are! Get his gun!
I've got it.
Oh, you too, huh? Well, this is very interesting. Where have you been hiding yourself during our party?
Hiding? I was merely attending to my hospitality. I trust you're getting sufficient refreshment. Don't stop playing. There's nothing the matter.
This is a very clever trap.
It's no trap. I merely wanted to talk to you. You're rather a difficult man to see.
You'll find me more difficult to see than ever in a minute. Give me that Throw a hole through him. I ought to have done it long ago.
Grisha, there are 50 people in this room. Get loose. You can talk to him. Grisha, let loose him.
Ah! He wanted a killing? Well, I'm not going to disappoint him.
Oh, come on, Grisha. Give him the gun, you drunk.
Yes, give it to him. A scandal like this would ruin you.
Yes, it'll ruin us all. I've always hated that arrogant swine.
Get him out of here. Ludolf, can't you do something?
Get out of the way. All right, then what?
Oh, Grisha, I'm your very best friend. Listen to me.
I'm going to kill a dog.
But I'm thinking of you.
Yes, and I'm thinking of myself. It's either that man or me. Right now.
Grisha.
That's a good idea. That's a fine idea. Look here. You once told me not to disturb the ladies of your party. I think we owe the same consideration here. Hold those men here. I'll see that they get a fair and impartial trial.
Just one thing. Tonight was entirely my idea.
An excellent idea it was, too.
Go on, lead on. On there, more music. The louder, the better. What are you smiling at?
Nothing.
You're not afraid of anything, are you? How well did you search him?
We got everything.
Anyone down there?
No.
Now we're going to have that little talk you spoke of.
Must we talk in the cellar?
The cellar's a perfectly good place for a rat. Hey, come here. This is a pleasure I promised myself. After you, Prince. Keep on going. That's right. Over by the fireplace. You're going to be cold so long. Still smiling, huh?
Yes.
You're a liar. You're sweating underneath that smirk. Why don't you admit it? I might shoot you in the head, and then you'd be dead right away.
Oh. Is this going to take a long while?
Yes, you grinning snob.
I'm delighted.
Oh, you're delighted, eh? You're delighted. That's the beginning. It's just a nip. I'm saving the last one to put between your eyes. Why don't you smile now? Life can be very sweet. Oh, you don't like that, huh? That isn't so funny now, huh? That's a beautiful song to die to. Nights of love. There's death in that, too. Life and death and love. What are you laughing at?
You! You're full of poison, you fool. Don't you believe me? Look at your eyes. They're like red jelly. Didn't you eat too many cakes, Holy Father? They were loaded with poison, and now you stuffed them down, you swine. It's the same music. Life and love and death. Are you getting cold, Holy Father? It's the first sign.
It's too late for that. Luba! Just tell him he's with his girl. That's where you'll be, Holy Father. You'll be with yours. The little children that believed in you. You'll see them all now. Those little dead faces that you've killed.
Hey! Help! Come in! Tell them to hurry! It's Rasputin! Empress! Help! Help!
kill me. You can't kill me. If I die, Russia dies. You hear that? Keep me dragged down. Down to the bottomless pit. I tell you that.
The poison's working. You're turning blue, Father.
Babylon has fallen. The great day of wrath has come. The Tsar, Aloysia, all of them will go. I see their bodies lying in the snow. Get back in hell! Antichrist! Drown in the lake of hell. Antichrist!
Aloysia.
Come in.
The Adjutant General on duty and Prince Chekadai, Your Majesty.
Send them in.
Your Majesty.
Wait, General. I want you to see that this order pertaining to Prince Chekadai is properly executed. There is no justification for murder, Prince. My ministers have suggested that you be punished with death. But I cannot take a life that has been so devoted in the past to my service. I have therefore ordered that your punishment be exile. Who else is implicated in this?
No one, Your Majesty.
Leave us, General. Paul.
Paul, this is how we reward your devotion.
It had to be done, Paul. A precipitated crisis. All of Rasputin's creatures are still in power.
I know, sir.
I'm returning to the front to remove Valenka. Krasin will go next. And all the rest when I know who they are. With the country at war, we'll have to go slowly.
I wish I could help you, Your Majesty.
Mm-hmm. You'll serve your country more by leaving. When I've cleared them all out, I'll send for you.
As soon as you can, sir.
Paul, where will you go?
To England. I've been offered a commission in the line. How's that, Lieutenant?
Paul, take Natasha with you. Do as you're told. She deserves to be happy.
Oh, Your Majesty.
Take care of her, Paul.
I shall, sir.
Yes?
Compliments of General Lodi, Your Majesty. If you want to reach the front in daylight, you'll have to leave now.
Very well. We must leave you here, Paul. Au revoir. Russia's going to need you when this is over. This time, all our plans are going through.
I hope so, sir.
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, I never believed that madman before. But one thing he said is roaring in my brain. He said when he died, Russia died. I'm afraid the cancer's been removed too late.
We're already destroyed.
No, Paul. Russia is too great to be destroyed by any one man.
Paul, here is Russia. And here.
At least, wouldn't it be wise to send Her Majesty out with the children until the storm blows over?
We have never injured our people, Paul. They will never injure us.
Get out of my way. Oh, how do you do, Comrade General?
Do they know where we're taking them?
She does.
What makes you think so?
She asked me to tell the Tsar that we were taking him to Moscow for his safety.
He'll be safe, all right, but not the way he thinks.
Attention!
He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Amen.
We are ready. Is that everything you're taking with you?
We have everything we need at Moscow.
Oh, you'll want more than... That's right. Well, let's get started, comrade.
Yes.
What's that, gold?
May I have it?
You see, it's my last anniversary present.
Our 23rd.
My orders are that nothing valuable leaves the palace.
Picture's all we want. We have been happy, Nicky.
Yes, we shall always have that to remember.
There's very little time for that, comrade.
Ready, children?
Yes, Mamushka. We're ready, too.
Oh, dear. Don't you think we better leave him here?
Why, Mamushka?
He might get cold on the way. And we can always send for him. Can't we?
Yes, yes. Come on, please.
At once. Maria?
Whatever you say, Mamushka.
I saw you feeding him once.
I'll take good care of him.
Come, my brood. You dressed warmly, children.
Well, what's that?
All the reforms ever proposed for Russia in the last 10 years. Some of them are bad, some of them are excellent. Even your revolutionary ideas are there.
Well, what do I want with them?
I was thinking that if you could get them to some of the people of the government, the sincere people, there must be many of them, well, it would save them tragic mistakes. All the needs of Russia are so clearly outlined there. They might find a bridge between revolution and the kind of government they're after.
I think we can get along without any suggestions from you.
You will, yes. I was thinking of Russia.